Hello, wonderful viewers. Welcome to yet another episode of Views and Opinion on MCCP TV, where your voice matters. I am Olama Vivian Chinana. No nation can make any serious progress when its people live in constant fear for their lives and property. Those in government whose duty it is to protect the lives of its citizens should live up to their responsibilities and address the crisis of insecurity in Nigeria with a pragmatic approach. Most times, the problem of insecurity could be as a result of lack of political will to nip a crime in a bud. Corruption prevents the right budgeting and allocation of appropriate funds to security agencies to carry out their duties. Porous borders and lack of advanced technologies to tackle criminals. On this episode, we'll sample the opinion of the people on the permanent solution of security challenges in Nigeria. Let us see what they have to say. We'll be right back.
Like we normally say, there is no smoke without fire. All along, if you trace back to the period before independence, during independence, up to now, the level of banditry you see now is so frightening. And it has to do with bad governance, lack of care, not having a definite plan of action for youth. Every year, every month, our universities churn out graduates, so much from secondary school to some other institutions, bringing out graduates, non-graduates, those who could not further. And what did they do? Even those who have graduated don't have any job. They say, idle mind is devil's workshop. They don't do anything. So by the time you have the congregation of those who have graduated without job, definitely they will occupy themselves with something. And part of that is crime. And if you look at our security system, some of them are not trained to handle some aspect of this societal ill. That is the problem. Creation of jobs. Even if you don't go to university, you could have skill. ICT, empowerment, one trade or the other. Get them engaged. Once somebody is engaged, definitely his mind will be off from committing any crime. And let us also bring in our traditional institution into finding out those ills in the society. If you bring them into governance and bring women, because we tend to forget the role of women, the role of mothers, women in our nation building, bring them in. Let them go back to the template and redefine the roles of traditional rulers vis-a-vis containing some of these excesses of the youth. With that, the society, will be relatively peaceful.
You talk about employment first. Banditry is do with security, about security, the issue of security. So, if you watch, many people that engage in banditry, number one, if you watch their level of education, they have not attended even ordinary primary school, so they have low education background. You understand? And not only having a low education background, their upbringing, their family upbringing, help also in creating all this banditry, mostly by our youth. So the only way it can be solved and handled is by government initiating policies about the social welfare of every Nigerians.
To start with, you see, banditry have become the norm in our society now, which is very, very bad for the country. It's positioning a bad image for Nigeria towards the global world. And now, we have to put an end to banditry in the country, and other crimes, not only banditry, other crimes too. Government have to come together, put an end, negotiate with stakeholders and other bodies that reaches out to the youth, youth leaders and commissioner for youth, minister for youth empowerment and all that, come together with them to talk about the permanent solution to this problem that have been burdened the country. And to me, I would say that to start with, Government, one of the things they have to do is to make sure that there is job opportunity for the youth, you know. And idle mind, they said, is the devil workshop. Once the rapidly growing youth in this country now, especially graduates, it's uncalled for that a graduate after so many years in the university will come out roaming about the streets, nothing for them to do. So let them provide an enabling environment that will create better jobs for the youth. When we employ these youth roaming around the streets, it will go in a very big way to reduce the banditry rate in the country.
Actually, when you talk about banditry, we in the East, we're not familiar with banditry. All right? I think banditry is happening more in the North. But I know that for every problem, you must try and find out the remote and the immediate cause of every problem. All right? I think that these people, so-called banditry or so-called bandits, if you offer them a livelihood, I mean, it will be a thing of the past. What they need is a quality livelihood. Just like the senators have quality livelihood, the executives have quality livelihood, the politicians have quality livelihood. These men deserve quality livelihood. Everybody likes a good life. Give them a good life and see whether banditry will be happening again.
I think it's one of the major things we can do is from the side of the church, for the church to really bring back the message of Christ to the people so that it is the word that will transform them. So let this, by the renewal of your mind. So when their mind is renewed, they cannot do something that is contrary to the will of God. So that is on one point. Then on the other point, from the government point of view, I think going back to a basis also through the community, the essence and the community. There is no community that does not know the bad people or bad eggs amongst them. And if they know the bad eggs among them, they are the people that will tell the police. So people, they are people that are causing problem in a place. And police will pick them and put them maybe in a reformatory or a position where they should be trained so that their life will change also. Then the third one is on the social media. Social media is good, yet it is causing some harm to people. There are films that do not supposed to be aired. There are films that they don't supposed to air. Films that teach children how to carry gun, how to steal, how to do one thing or the other. So such films, the government shouldn't allow such films to be aired.
Welcome back, viewers. Security, they say, is everybody's business, but then everybody's business is a nobody's business. The noble men and women whom are employed and paid with taxpayers' money should live up to their responsibilities of securing lives and properties and also apprehend and prosecute criminals who threaten law-abiding citizens. There is no saying that our country will remain perpetually underdeveloped when we have daredevils, bandits, kidnappers and terrorists rampaging all over the country. Let us have your feedback on how we can control security challenges which is predominant in our country today. Follow us in all our social media handles, like, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Until I come your way again, I am Olama Vivian Chinana. Bye for now.